Lesson 2.3, Video 3. Now let's go back to example 2 because this one requires us to do something that lesson 2.4 will ask us to do. So it's a little bit of a segue. Now notice that my x's are not opposites. So we have to do something to make one of them become the opposite. So we have to modify. And it's a lot like down here where we had to distribute a negative 10. I know that if I multiply the bottom equation by a negative 1, I would get a positive 4x, which is what I need to be able to cancel something through elimination. But I have to distribute it among everything. Now again, I'm going to bring the top equation down here so it's cleaned up so we know exactly what we are adding and subtracting. As we discussed, when we have opposite values, they cancel when we add, which gives us a negative 13y equals 39. If you divide by a negative 13, y is equal to a negative 3. Again, we're looking for a coordinate, and we have now found the y value. We have a choice of either equation to plug our negative 3 into. I'm going to choose the first one, and we get negative 4x. Remember that we have a y value, so it has to go into the y position. We multiply those together and get a positive 30. Subtract 30 from both sides, and we get negative 8. Divide by negative 4, and x is equal to 2. And that is our coordinate. If we go to our last question, find the numbers described in the situation. Here we have to come up with our equations on our own, like we did in our last lesson. Here we have a description that says two numbers when added together equals 14. Now I'm going to arbitrarily say x and y. So if I add x and y, their sum is equal to 14. It also says that their difference is 8, which means if I subtract them, we get 8. So here's a system of equations, and we have x's and y's aligned, and nicely enough, our y's are opposite. So we can go ahead and add them together, and we get 2x, our y's cancel, and we get 22. If we divide by 2, we get x equals 11. Now we're looking for two numbers. One of them is 11. So I can go to either equation and plug it in. Again, I'm going to choose the top one. My x is 11. I subtract 11, and we get 3. So my two numbers are 11 and 3. If you add them together, you get 14, and if you subtract them, you have 8. You could probably do this on your own in your head and play around with some numbers to see what works, but this is just a way that you can solve it efficiently with elimination. And this ends Lesson 2.3, Video 3.